Okay, guys, let's start. Though many people have not yet joined, but let's start. Can you guys see my screen and hear me well?
Yes, Sullivan.
Okay. So, guys, network security group, what we have been discussing, how can we create that? Before that, I hope this was clear to you, right? Before we ended our session, this was clear to you that when you create a rule, the minimum number can be 100 and the maximum can be 4096. Smaller number get more priority, right? If number 100 says internet is allowed and 200 says internet is not allowed, that internet would be allowed. Clear है? By default numbers इन पे ये वाला rule apply नहीं हो रहा है, hence they have some other different numbering. But the numbers, the rules which you will be creating, priority numbers cannot be more than 4096, cannot be lesser than 100. Clear to everyone? In live environment में you will never see a rule something like this 100, 101, 102 इस तरह से कभी नहीं देखोगे. 100, 110, 120, 10 का गैप छोड़ के ही बनाते हैं. So in case future requirement कुछ आ जाता है, in between कुछ और करना पड़ता है, so scope हमेशा रखा जाता है. Is it clear to you, to everyone, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and start deployment. Okay. So how can we deploy network security group? One simple method is simply search for network security group here and create one. You'll see the existing one, network security groups. Okay. And you can create one from here. You click on create. You select your resource group. You select your virtual network and then you create one. That is one method. The another method is while creating your virtual machine, as we have been saying that this is what I'm doing. I'm creating a virtual machine. Okay, I'm creating a new resource group here first, new machine here. I've selected an image for the machine, selected size and everything. Now this is being applied to my new network security group. जो बनने वाला है ना, उस पे ये apply होगा. And so what am I saying? That this machine should have HTTP inbound allowed. मतलब इस पे अगर कोई website host होगी, so that should be accessible for all of you. Is it clear? That's what I'm trying to say here. RDP should be
Yes.
allowed. Why am I doing RDP? Because I want to take remote to that machine. कुछ उस पे configuration वगैरह करने के लिए मुझको remote चाहिए. Hence I'm doing RDP. If I don't do RDP, I won't be able to take remote to that machine. Clear है?
Yes, Sullivan.
Okay. License type and everything we are not discussing. Yes, it's okay. Leave this. Desk wala part we have done whatever we had to learn. So we are going to leave it. Where do we see the network security group? It is under networking tab, guys. Okay. Networking tab में आपका virtual network दिखेगा. आपको नया बनाना आप बना सकते हो. Subnet जो है आपका see. Now this is being your subnet. This is your first subnet is being developed. Okay. उस first subnet पे network security group ये basic network security group लगेगा. Basic में क्या होगा? 6 default rules plus these 4 rules. Clear है? Yes, guys. Any doubt?
No.
And if I click on advanced, what will happen? I can use one of the existing network security group which is there. Because can we use one network security group on multiple resources, guys?
Yes.
Yes. That is the reason you see network security group here. So maybe ये network security group किसी और पे लगा हुआ है and I can still use it. But in this case, no, I don't want to use it. I want to create a new one. So either I click on basic, advanced and click create new, or I keep it on basic and it will get created automatically. But उसमें rules क्या होंगे? जो by default rules होंगे वो definitely आएंगे. With that, these 4 rules inbound के लिए. Am I making any changes here in outbound rules? Do I have an option to make any changes in outbound rules while creating it?
No.
No. What is the
No.
difference between advanced and here? Advanced में आता हूँ तो उस NSG का नाम मैं खुद से रख पाऊंगा here, and I can select rules. If I'm doing this basic, which will get automatically deployed, उसमें inbound rules आ जाएंगे, but the name जो है I cannot select the name, and outbound rules मुझको बाद में add करने पड़ेंगे because here I do not have an option. But if I click on advanced, I can select my own resource group name, own network security group name. So I can name it whatever I want, and I can add some outbound rules also. But we are not doing it here. I'll show it to you later. So let's create it from basic. And that's how I'll create a machine. Now, by default, guys, will I be able to access internet from this machine or no?
Yes,
And why yes?
because the outbound port allow internet traffic.
Perfect. So let's see. We'll log into this machine and we'll see this. Meanwhile, what will I do? Now I'm going to create a network security group, right? We're going to practical this one. जो पहला एग्जांपल दिया था मैंने, याद है आप लोगों को? Do you remember that? Let me delete this. What was the example, if you guys remember? That we have two network security groups. One is being applied on the subnet directly, and the one is being applied on my NIC, right? So this one, let's say, now the one which we are creating, guys, where do you think it's being applied? On subnet or NIC?
Subnet.
Okay, let's see.
Sorry. On VNet. Sorry, NIC card.
Okay, let's see. So here my resource is ready. I'll go and check the subnet. I'll go and check the subnet first, right? Or I can go and check the network security group directly. So I can go ahead and check the network security group. There are multiple methods, whatever you want to do. You go to that NSG. Now you know कि एक NSG हमने बनाया है यहाँ पर. Which is that? This is the one, right? Now you can check. इसके inbound outbound rules तो हम देखेंगे. Very first thing we are going to check is ये किसके साथ associate है. So network interface. Let's see. So this is associated with my network interface. Can you guys see? मेरा machine का जो NIC है उसके साथ ये मेरा network security group associate है. And subnet पे associated है? नहीं है. Is it clear, guys? That this network security group, it is associated on my machine. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, Sohail bhai.
So this is the one which is connected to my machine. And what does it have rule? Internet, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Why is it yes? Because I did not do anything and by default internet is allowed. And where is it applied? It is applied on my virtual machine. Clear, guys? Still here?
Yes.
Let me see if I can drag it from here. Yeah, got it. Okay, so this is being applied. Now I'm gonna create another network security group. I'll name it just NSG, no internet. This is the name I'm giving. और इसका internet इस पे obviously क्या रखेंगे हम? Not allowed. And where is it being applied? On my subnet. Are you guys getting the practical? So I'm creating one network security group. I'm just looking for that resource group. So it becomes easy for me to delete everything. Otherwise, I can keep it anywhere. As far as it is in one same VNet, you can utilize it. Yes, guys, meanwhile, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask when I'm deploying this. You guys see that resource group, the network security group resource group, here it is, NSG. So I'm creating no NSG with no internet. There shouldn't be any space, I guess. Here it is. Okay. I'll see कि ये कौन सा इसमें था आपका machine, because if you want to apply it on a subnet or उस VNet का हिस्सा चाहते हो आप, so make sure that it is on the same VNet. It's in the same region. So I'll have to check मेरा machine किस region में है. It is in East US. So I will use it in East US. Next, create it. Are you guys getting it? The practical, what are we doing? We created one machine, right? We created one machine and one NSG is already applied to that machine. The NSG name is this, and that NSG says that internet is allowed for this machine. Is it clear, guys, till here? Then I'm creating another machine. Sorry, another network security group. And where am I applying that security group? Where will I apply that security group? Where will I associate that?
Same VNet.
Guys, it doesn't apply on VNet, guys. Don't get confused. Same
Sorry, same
subnet. Yes.
One subnet.
So the subnet is default. Let me take this name. What is the IP range? This is just creating it so you remember it. Otherwise, in सबकी हमको जरूरत नहीं है फिलहाल. So is it clear now that this is gonna apply on this one, and it should have a rule which is blocking the internet. If this is confusing you, let me remove this. Okay, this is somehow connected with each other, so VNet is getting deleted. Now this is clear now.
It has been grouped basically.
Yes, I'm unable to ungroup that. I checked that already. So even if I do that, it has some protection layer. I'll have to check that from the developer tab. It has some protection. So that's not the scope here. Okay, I'm gonna apply that NSG, which is already created here. Okay. So on this subnet, if you want to apply one network security group, how do you do that? Do you see any option when you come to subnet? Do you see any option to apply an NSG?
No.
So you go to that NSG, whichever you want to apply. In this case, which one? NSG no internet, right? This is the one we are trying to apply. Now, where do we want to apply that?
Subnet.
On NIC or subnet? On subnet, right?
Subnet.
Subnet. Which subnet do we have to apply for? Here it is. You will see all the VNets which are in East US. So I have two VNet in East US. This is one I'm practicing. This is one of the students. She is practicing. So which one is in concern now? This VNet is in concern. अब इस VNet में कौन सा subnet? We could have multiple subnets. But which subnet?
Default.
Default subnet. There's only one, right? Okay. Now this has been established. ये cover हो गया, ये cover हो गया. But what is pending still? इन दोनों में rules अब exactly same है, right? Is it the case, guys? Do we have exact same rules in this one? Or no?
Above one has no internet.
No, this is just the name. Forget the name.
Okay.
Actual में क्या है? Portal पे क्या है अब?
Default.
Is it same? Is it some different? Just try to recollect all the steps I did. Machine create करने से लेके अब तक हमने जो किया, recollect them and tell me, do we have same rules on both of the network security group? Yes, guys. Default तो इसमें भी है. and obviously default तो इसमें भी है. Anything extra? Do you guys remember we did something?
The second one, on the second network group, you have enabled the internet down one.
No, when did I do that? When did I enable internet on any of these? Be specific. Are you talking about outbound, inbound? Then maybe I'll know.
While creating, we gave all tick on the
So what was that? Inbound or
Yes.
outbound?
inbound.
Inbound, right? So what is the
Inbound.
difference here? In this network security group, outbound in both cases, it is same
Default.
default, right? Inbound में क्या है यहाँ पर? Inbound में I have allowed. Inbound में I have allowed. कौन से? Port 80, 443, 3389. And there was one more, I think 22 also we allowed. Which are not allowed here. How do I know these are not allowed in this one? Did I make any rule for not allowed? How do you guys know it's not allowed? Yes, guys, how do you know it's not allowed? Default दोनों में है. Other than that, these rules are allowed on this one because I did it. And I'm saying it's not allowed in this one. Did I not allow them? Did I do anything? Or how do you know these are not allowed? On what basis do I say these are not allowed?
While setting up the first NSG on the top, means the upper wala NSG while you were setting it up, that time you did not you did not check the inbound ports.
But
the
I didn't even
T4.
say not allowed, right?
But you have to enable them, right? Like you said, you left it default, like without
Yes.
checking it. The check boxes were not checked.
No, that is fine. I didn't check it, which means I did not allow them,
Yes.
right? So
Yes, you not
how-
allowed them.
So does it mean those are not allowed? And if yes, on what basis are you saying this? Yeah, I got your answer, Hussein. That is correct. You know it, guys. I want to hear a jargon from your mouth. Just want to hear it. I'm saying inbound को मैंने यहाँ पर allow किया है.
Default
इसलिए मैं
rule.
allow हुआ. Yes. Because if you have not done it, these are not allowed. These are denied by default rule. Which is the default rule? Which rule are we talking about here?
Third rule.
Which is the rule?
Incoming, outgoing.
Sorry, which one?
Inbound third rule.
Third rule, right? Here it is. In fact, in both of them, but yes, here we are specifically talking about inbound. So we'll talk about inbound. And what does it say? Third rule? That deny
all.
everything. Deny
all, all.
everything, right?
Deny all.
So it's only virtual network which is allowed and load balancer which is allowed. Other than that, everything is denied. And the other in other network security group, those are allowed because I allowed them. अलग से मैंने उनको allow किया था. If I have not done them, so those will be considered deny. ठीक है? Is it clear, guys? Now the question is,
Yes, sir.
before I talk about the outbound rule, let's say because ये आ गया है, so let's deal with this. If I'm taking RDP to this machine now, मैं अपने machine से, मेरे laptop से, I'm gonna take RDP to this machine. Okay, let me put the IP address also. And again, guys, this I'm putting the IP address, public IP address, just because we are in training session. Public IP कहीं पर भी use नहीं होता है. This all will be done everything exactly same, but based on private IP. Public IP कहीं पर भी access नहीं, ये नहीं होता है, right? So where is it? Yeah, this is the IP. So I want to access this machine now using RDP. What is RDP? Is it an inbound or outbound for this one? If I am accessing this machine, for this machine, is it an inbound or outbound?
Inbound.
Inbound. So let's try. Will it work or not work, guys?
It's outbound, I believe.
Not work.
No, it is inbound for sure. Don't get confused with this. For this machine, it is inbound. Whoever answered that, was it Naved? UT-Kloud
yes,
UT के machine के लिए वो inbound है. I am accessing that. मैं अपनी तरफ से कोई डेटा उसमें या तो पुश कर रहा हूँ या पुल कर रहा हूँ, बट आई एम एक्सेसिंग दैट. मैं इनिशिएट कर रहा हूँ, मेरे लिए आउटबाउंड हुआ, राइट? उस
Yes.
मशीन के लिए वो
Yeah.
इनबाउंड कनेक्शन हुआ.
हाँ, right.
So
From your
inbound
machine,
में-
it's outbound, right?
हाँ,
Like from your, you're sending a request. So from your machine, it becomes outbound.
it's outbound. For
And
for
for the
Azure
VM
machine, it is inbound, right?
Right.
So
Right.
inbound में 3389 पे मैं कनेक्शन ले पाऊंगा या नहीं ले पाऊंगा? Let's
ले
see.
पाऊंगे.
ले पाएंगे.
Do you think it is working, guys?
No.
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 And why do you think it
No.
should work? If it should work, why do you think it should work? So now you know the hierarchy, that which one will take, which one will override which one. I am saying कि जो सबनेट पे लगा हुआ है उसमें RDP अलाउड नहीं है, और जो VM पे लगा हुआ उस पे RDP अलाउड है. And is RDP working?
No.
So
No.
which one has the higher
No.
weightage?
सबनेट है.
Subnet पे जो लगा हुआ है वो, right? So similarly, now here if I have internet allowed in this one and not allowed in this one, outgoing के लिए मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, outbound, will internet work or not work?
No.
No.
Clear
No.
है guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let's go ahead and try amending rules. So to take RDP to this machine, what will I do? I'll कहाँ पे मुझको rule amend करना पड़ेगा? By the way, which rule do I have to amend? कौन से NSG पे और कौन सा rule amend करना है?
सबनेट वाले
Default
पे इनबाउंड वाला ये करना पड़ेगा.
NSG,
amend
which
करना
NSG
पड़ेगा.
guys? Let's reply with the name. We have given name, specific names.
NSG 001.
NSG,
NSG no.
no internet.
Yes. And which rule? Inbound rule, outbound rule?
Inbound rule.
Inbound rule.
Inbound rule.
Okay. So let's go to portal. Find for that NSG. Let's search for NSGs. This is the NSG in question, right? I click on that. Where do you see rules? Yes, guys, where do you see rules?
Under
Settings.
left panel
Settings here.
Just below
Yeah.
settings.
See, these are just
Inbound security.
yeah, these are just overview. ये यहाँ पर मैं सब देख सकता हूँ, ठीक है? Now let's quickly have a look before we start amending. हम दूसरा वाला NSG भी देखते हैं. So you guys will understand के rules अलग-अलग होने पे दिखते हैं कैसे. These are default rules. इसमें हमने कोई amendment नहीं किया था, इसलिए you're looking at the default rule. What do you think will appear in the another network security group जिसमें हमने while creating a machine थोड़ा amendment किया था? NSG 001 में कैसा दिखेगा? Do you think it will look similar या इससे कुछ अलग दिखने वाला है?
अलग दिखेगा क्योंकि आपने उसमें इनबाउंड रूल्स एक्टिवेट किया.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect.
इनबाउंड एनेबल किया.
Let's go ahead and check that. So which is that? This is the one, right? 001.
Yeah.
And here we're just talking about the overview. यहाँ पे कोई amend नहीं कर सकते हो आप, ठीक है? यहाँ से किसी इनको कुछ नहीं amend कर सकते. Delete it's fine, but यहाँ से कुछ नहीं करोगे आप. I'll show it to you कहाँ से करना. But do you see guys? Inbound में दिख रहा है आपको यहाँ पर.
Yeah.
And do you see जो आपने बनाए हुए rules है, you have option to delete them. ये वाले पे delete grayed out है. No matter from which level of access you are logged in. So let's go to the NSG in question. Inbound rules. What is happening? What is preventing? And what was the business problem here? We were not able to take remote, right? Which is
Yeah.
an inbound rule. So इसमें से कौन सा rule है जो इसको deny कर रहा है, guys?
The last one.
Yes. So what will I do now? I will add a new rule. Now this is very important. Who asked about it? Murtaza, you asked, right? Source. Be focused, guys. Here.
Yes.
The one thing is I can allow the inbound traffic from anywhere. The moment I do this and I give you IP address, आप लोग भी remote ले पाओगे, मैं भी remote ले पाऊंगा. And the moment I say IP address, I will get an option here to type an IP address. यहाँ पे मैं कोई एक specific IP डाल सकता हूँ या किसी कंपनी का IP range डाल सकता हूँ. Let's say that I want one certain company और उन्हीं के एम्प्लॉइज यहाँ पर जो है रिमोट लेना चाहिए। तो ये मैंने रेंज ये कर दी, राइट। हियर इट इज। तो इस रेंज में जितने भी आईपीज आते हैं ना, वी सॉ दिस राइट, इतने कितने आईपी आते हैं, जितने भी आईपी इस रेंज में आएंगे, दोज यूजर्स जो वहां से अपना ट्रैफिक इनिशिएट कर रहे हैं, ओनली दोज यूजर्स कैन यूटिलाइज दिस रूल। करेक्ट है गाइस? इज इट क्लियर टिल हियर?
Yes.
सोर्स समझ में आया? और इफ आई वांट ओनली माय आईपी एड्रेस, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय माय आईपी एड्रेस? से कहां से पिक कर लिया इसने? व्हाट डू यू थिंक दिस एड्रेस इज?
Your VNet.
नो।
Public IP.
किसका पब्लिक आईपी? या इट इज अ पब्लिक
Public
आईपी।
IP.
हुज
but
पब्लिक
किसका है?
आईपी? Is I am connected to one router, right?
Or router IP address.
Yes, it is my router IP address. ये मेरा पब्लिक आईपी है फिलहाल के लिए। It could be a static और मैं हमेशा के लिए भी इस आईपी को रख सकता हूँ। If I pay something to my ISP, if I am hosting a website, तो मैं normally एक static IP रखता हूँ। And most of the time I'm using dynamic. So 220.223.233.81.117. This is my public IP. So if I create this
Okay.
rule, इसके बाद only I will be able to take remote to this machine. You guys will not be able to take that remote. Clear है? एप्लीकेशन
Yes,
सिक्योरिटी
sir.
ग्रुप पे मैं बाद में
Yes.
आता हूँ,
Yes,
सर्विस
yes.
टैग पे बाद में। As of now, I want to keep it any. Now, source port. What is a source port? जहां से मैं ट्रैफिक इनिशिएट कर रहा हूँ। If you guys remember, मैंने यहाँ पर बताया था आप लोगों को लोड बैलेंसर वाले में, that if you are initiating your traffic from some other port, you can do it here. Let's say मुझको कोई वेबसाइट होस्ट करनी है और एक्सेस करनी है, this is the website I want to access, but using this port, right? So this is the source port. Will not get into this. इसमें ज्यादा आप लोगों को समझने की जरूरत नहीं। Source port will keep it any, but you can put a range. जब एप्लीकेशन की बात आती है, और ये सारे इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको एप्लीकेशन टीम से मिलेगा कि भाई माय एप्लीकेशन वर्क ओनली ऑन these 3 पोर्ट्स, तो सोर्स पोर्ट होना चाहिए सिर्फ ये 3। मेरा एप्लीकेशन मेरा डेटाबेस से बात करता है, बट मेरा एप्लीकेशन सिर्फ 3 इस पे काम करता है, सिर्फ 3 इस पे पोर्ट्स पे काम करता है, राइट? एंड 520, these are the ports जिस पे मेरा एप्लीकेशन काम करता है। तो why should I give access to all ports unnecessary? किसी हैकर को मैं क्यों मौका दूं? Why should I keep it unsecure where I know my application which will try to connect to my database, they work only on these ports. In this case, application team will give you the details. The moment you type star or asterisk sign, what does it mean? Any,
Any.
किसी भी पोर्ट से आने
Any.
दो। ओके, ये हुआ आपका सोर्स। नाउ डेस्टिनेशन। डेस्टिनेशन में भी जो है आप पूरे जो है इस पे ये करना चाहते हो, या एक पर्टिकुलर आईपी एड्रेस पे या किसी पर्टिकुलर रेंज पे, बट व्हाट डू आई वांट? एनीवेयर। जहां पर भी ये जाता है इस सबनेट में जो कुछ है सब पे अप्लाई होना चाहिए। इफ आई वांट, आई कैन डू दैट इन अ पर्टिकुलर आईपी एड्रेस आल्सो, that under this subnet I could have 2 machines and I can create different rule for different machine. I could do that. But what do I want here? I want any machine. ठीक है? Okay, role. Very important, guys. हम लोग what were we trying to do? What was our business problem? क्या हो नहीं पा रहा था हमसे?
RDP.
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 right? और साथ में HTTP भी चलने वाला है क्या, by the way? Do you think HTTP will work? इस वाले में
नहीं.
मैंने HTTP
No,
ये
no.
enable किया, right? I have a website on this one and I want you guys to access that. Is it going to work on now? As of now, is situation में?
No.
So what do I have to
No.
do?
Enable.
HTTP के लिए अलग से एक रूल
HTTP
डालना
को
पड़ेगा।
enable करना पड़ेगा.
या तो आप अलग से रूल करोगे, या तो आप इसी में जो है पोर्ट्स को कॉमा देके ये कर सकते हो, और यू कैन हैव अ रेंज ऑल्सो। मैं यहाँ पर रेंज कर देता हूँ कि पोर्ट नंबर 100 से पोर्ट नंबर व्हाट इज 3389 ना, तो 5000। इसमें आपका पोर्ट 80 और 3389 दोनों आ गए।
हाँ।
इसमें दोनों भी कवर हो
443.
जाएंगे, दोनों आ
443 भी
गए,
आ गए.
सब कुछ आ गया, राइट? इसके पे बट दिस इज वेरी रिस्की एंड कभी नहीं देखोगे आप इस तरह का सेटअप, कभी नहीं देखोगे। आई एम जस्ट लेटिंग यू नो कि एक ऑप्शन होता है। यू विल ऑलवेज सी इंडिविजुअल ऑप्शंस। वो काफी रिस्की होता है, इसमें बहुत सारे पोर्ट आप ओपन कर देते हो। ठीक है, प्रोटोकॉल टीसीपी अपने आप हो जाएगा। द मोमेंट यू सिलेक्ट आरडीपी, टीसीपी प्रोटोकॉल उसने ले लिया। व्हाट इज द एक्शन नाउ? डू यू वांट टू अलाउ इट और डिनाई इट?
Allow.
Allow it.
Allow.
It
Allow.
should be the priority.
Between 100 and
40
4,000.
Yes,
4,000.
anything which is
4096,
less
100
than
and
this number,
4096.
anything which is less than this number,
Less
65
than
500. But does it mean I can keep 65 400? No. Why? It has to be between these numbers. So I'll keep 4000.
4096.
I'll keep 4000. अब इसको मुझको नाम देना है, तो I'll give new rule 1 और जो भी आपको नाम देना है, it has nothing to do with technical stuff. It's up to you. नाम और description आप कुछ भी दे दो. I click on apply. It is being created. Once this is done, we'll create one more rule and then we'll see. Okay, it has been done. थोड़ा टाइम लगता है उसको सिंक वगैरह होने में, and then we'll try to take RDP. I'm not sure if it will work immediately. Takes time. थोड़ा उस हर जगह सिंक होने में, ये सब करने में 5-6 मिनट लगते हैं. Do you want me to create website wala rule immediately and show it to you, or should we take remote first, then see that how website is not accessible, then create a rule and then access website? How do you want me to do it?
However is feasible, like it's easy now.
What about others, guys? Are you getting it? Are you understanding it?
Yeah.
So now what have we done,
Yes.
guys? We have allowed 3389. यहाँ पर 3389 not allowed से किस कैटेगरी में चला गया?
Allowed.
Allowed वाली
Allowed
कैटेगरी में
category.
चला गया. तो अब both places 3389 is allowed. Clear है?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you think, guys? If I यहाँ पे इसको deny कर दो, then what will happen?
Again, it will not connect
Yes, it
to
will
the
not
virtual
work.
machine.
Because यहाँ तक तो आएगा, virtual machine level पे block हो जाएगा. ठीक है? Let's see if it is working. थोड़ा time लगता है इसमें. Only 5 minutes are left, guys. Do you want one more session, or is it enough for today? Are you guys gonna practice the whole 2 weeks, or should we cover ASG and route table, or do you want to keep it for next session?
Well, by
Yes,
enough today.
no problem, guys.
Yes, so
So let's wait for 5 minutes. Let's see. ये हो जाता है, नहीं भी होता है तो I'll share the IP address with you guys, and you guys can log in and check. RDP खुद आप लेकर देख लो. I hope you understood this. रूल्स आप अपने हिसाब से बनाओ. इंटरनेट वाले रूल को ब्लॉक करके देखो. सी हियर आउटबाउंड में इंटरनेट एक ही एनएसजी लगाओ, या इसको मैंने थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेट कर दिया है, 2 ये करके. आप एक एनएसजी लगाओ, उसी में जो है ना ये एनएसजी है, आपने इसमें इंटरनेट अलाउ है, राइट? यहाँ पर आप एक रूल बनाकर देखो जिसमें इंटरनेट को आप ये कर दो, बंद कर दो, and see how it works. Google आप एक्सेस कर पा रहे हो या नहीं कर पा रहे हो. Try those steps. वैसे मैं होमवर्क में लिख दूंगा, टास्क में I will mention all these details.
Well, why is there a warning sign there?
Let's read it. What does it say? It's not a warning sign, I guess. It is just or maybe it is not here on HTTP. इसमें होगा कुछ. We'll have to read it. It is just internet exposure में हो रहा है, वो बता रहा है यहाँ पर, that SSH 422 is exposed to the internet. This only recommend for testing. For production environment, we recommend using a VPN or private connection. Similarly, वो RDP के लिए
Okay.
बोलेगा.
Okay, okay.
Same thing. So it takes time, guys. थोड़ा सा time लगेगा इसमें. We'll wait. Meanwhile, you guys have any questions? Please let me know. And you don't even have to log into machine. यहाँ तक check कर लिया ना आपने, RDP यहाँ पर चल रहा है, तो आपका practical तो यहीं पर पूरा हो गया. How when you want to see internet वाला, that time log into machine, open a browser, first access Google. You will see that you are able to access google.com. Then come to this network security group. और यहाँ पर आउटबाउंड रूल में एक रूल को ऐड कर लो आप लोग, ठीक है। यू गो टू आउटबाउंड रूल, ऐड वन रूल। व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से? सोर्स क्या होगा आपका इस टाइम? एनी सोर्स। डेस्टिनेशन एनी, ठीक है। क्या ब्लॉक करना है आपको? इंटरनेट व्हिच इज HTTP। क्या करना है आपको? अलाउ करना है, डिनाई करना है? डिनाई करना है। करंट रूल का ये क्या है उसका जो अलाउ कर रहा है वो व्हाट इज इट? इस बीच वाला है 6500। सो यू वांट एनीथिंग लेसर देन दैट। कैन यू कीप 65,000 because that is 65,001? No, you can't
No.
keep. So you'll have to be there between these numbers. So let's say I'll keep 3,000 which is definitely lesser than that. यहाँ पे आप अपना description लिख दो, click on add, थोड़ी देर वेट करो एंड देन उसके बाद आप फिर से उसी मशीन से इंटरनेट एक्सेस करने की ट्राई करो एंड यू विल सी हाउ इट वर्क्स। इसमें भी ये पूरा इंटरनेट नहीं ब्लॉक हुआ है गाइस। HTTP sites are blocked. HTTPS sites will work. You'll have to block them separately.
कोई स्पेसिफिक वेबसाइट्स अगर ब्लॉक करनी है तो वो ऑप्शन भी दिया होगा
No,
ना?
no. That can be done using firewall. That is one of the
Okay.
differences when it comes to इसको बोलते हैं FQDN, fully qualified domain name को block करना. That is not feasible using NSG. We required firewall for that, Azure firewall. One of the differences में से है वो।
Okay.
और डेस्टिनेशन में आपको गाइस लेट्स से दैट इफ यू वांट टू यू ये देखो यहाँ पर आप सिर्फ HTTP ब्लॉक कर रहे हो, राइट? इफ यू वांट टू ब्लॉक कंप्लीटली इंटरनेट, सर्विस टैग्स में आ जाओ और यहाँ पर इंटरनेट सेलेक्ट कर लो। कंप्लीट इंटरनेट आपका बंद हो जाएगा, कंप्लीट इंटरनेट। क्लियर है? लेट्स सी इफ दिस इज अप्लाइड। स्टिल नॉट। सो इट्स ओनली 1 मिनट लेफ्ट। आई डोंट थिंक सो ये होगा। आई विल वेट, एक 10-15 मिनट विल वेट। वो रिफ्रेश होने दो उसको पूरा अच्छे से। जब रिफ्रेश हो जाएगा दैट टाइम विल सी, जैसे ये होता है आई विल चेक इफ इट इज वर्किंग, then you guys can work at your end. Okay, less than a minute is left guys. I'll close the session, upload the recording. We do not have session next week. I'll see you guys on 29th. Meanwhile, I'm still available on WhatsApp or something. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. ठीक है, I won't be available on
Happy
calls
journey,
though.
सोहेल भाई.
Thank you guys. ठीक है, 29th को will resume at the same time. Won't be available on calls, but I'm available on WhatsApp. I'll let you know once this is done, but you do practice, start with internet rule and then go ahead with RDP rule. I'll put it in the task also and I'll put the questions also for today.
Well, bhai,
No more questions, will not be able to take it. नहीं आएगा recording में guys. If you have any questions, put it in the WhatsApp group. I'll reply.
have a safe journey, Soul bhai.
Thank you. Bye guys. I'm stopping the session.
Thank you.